Welcome guys, Brendan here from Terminated Gaming, and once again we're back on World of Warships with another replay. This one, Seconds from Disaster. That title will come back at the end of this video, so no spoilers. But we'll kick off here with a little bit of a cinematic. Of course, we are in the Tier 10 Pan-European researchable. Well, wasn't the researchable one, but you could use free XP to get it. Småland. So Småland is basically take Friesland, take away its smoke, take away its hydro, give it radar, and give it torpedoes. Småland also only has a quintuple and a triple launcher, so it's not the same launchers. It's a 5 and a 3, which is weird. So you get 8 torpedoes, but they're combined between 2 different launchers. That may or may not come back to also haunt me later on. I'd like to also point out to the lovely chat that we see here at the beginning of this match. I will also point out that this match is being recorded differently than how I have previously recorded them, and parts of this match will be sped up for your guys' enjoyment. This is a full-length match, but it will be cut down a little bit for YouTube, just so that way. I say that, and I haven't yet to speed up this. This has actually been recorded, and me doing everything, rewatching the replay, and then me doing the post commentary. But I am still not writing a script for these. These are still impromptu. I don't like reading off of scripts. I do that for my series of Next Line. It's where I go over and talk about potential ships that should be added to the game and the stats of those ships, but it's not a wargaming specific thing. So if you want to check that out, the link will be up in the cards up above. Anyways, this is a all tier 10 match on, I believe this is Greece of all maps, if I remember correctly. Of course, I can't check it now, but I believe this is Greece. Ignore that little bit of jitteriness. The sound might have went out during that section of the video due to a sound glitch. Anyways, I am pushing towards the A cap. I'm divisioned up with Everjunkie in the Yamato and 90 in his ARP Yamato. And I'm pushing to A. I knew there was going to be a destroyer in here. I radared way too early. I should have held this radar until I got to here into a position to shoot this guy, and I had more help. So either way, I get a few hits into the gearing, but nothing major. The main thing is I'm trying to get hidden here from the Des Moines. And I'm going to park up against this island. This is normally where destroyers will hide on A, is right behind this, and I'm no exception. I'm going to hide right here. And put the decent gun arc of this ship to my advantage. You're also going to see a lot of jitteriness in the camera. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. I like to zoom in and out between shots to kind of just get a better picture of what's going on around me when I'm playing the Småland. And here's where we're going to start seeing the speed up in the replay. Either way, Småland's rate of fire here is amazing. It looks even better when you speed it up. But the main thing I'm trying to do here is just get a whole bunch of high explosive hits and start fires. Not necessarily doing damage. I'm trying to burn damage cons, allow people to set fires on those ships that'll burn longer, even if it's my fires as well. It'd be nice. Of course, I switch to more important targets when I see them, such as this gearing. Not getting very successful hits on him. In fact, none. We do get another fire on the Montana there, and finally maybe one that'll stick. And it's at this point that I cap A, and I notice that with the gearing leaving, the Des Moines is now by himself. And normally, and I know what some of you might be thinking, Brandon, you're in a destroyer, why are you going to go try to pick a fight with a radar cruiser? Well, the Des Moines' low health, I've gotten a decent amount of utility left. If anything, I want to try to get eyes on him so he can get taken out by the rest of my team that are all positioned. I ping the map to let everyone know that's the target to or who I'm going to go after. Target to focus whatsoever. I popped a radar to see if he was still pushed up. He wasn't, so that radar was wasted. But in hindsight, that might have allowed me to not get detected by him via the fact that he doesn't know my radar went off because it's only a 7.5 kilometer radar. He was outside of my radar range the whole time. Here I contemplate shooting, but then I was like, no, I better not because something will spot me. So I'm just going to try to push around, keep him lit, and I'm potentially going to launch torpedoes at him. I have an island right across that I can go quickly and hide behind. I have a decent amount of health. if I can get this radar cruiser out of the game, it significantly helps me and my team. Barely just go without being spotted there by the Des Moines when I came around the corner. And if anything, I should have been smarter here and not switch back to my guns, as this makes the Des Moines aware of my presence. The fact that the blip went in and out. If he's paying attention, he'll know that torpedoes are in the water. Besides the fact that he should also have a hydroacoustic search. And we can see that Des Moines actually slowing down to speed back up again here. So he is well aware of the torpedoes, but if you know anything about Pan-European destroyer torpedoes, they are quick. So he barely clips our last torpedo there. I don't even think he would have hit another one if that one hadn't have connected. So we're up to 25,000 damage and a kill. We've also solo capped A, but our team is losing. We have the only kill and we are down 4 ships. But we did control 3 caps there for a bit, and now the enemy team is converting B and C. The enemy team has completely pushed down the 9-10 line, and basically our team is crumbling quickly. Our team is being pushed into one side of the map, and so it's time to do something. Now, the enemy team to our south is actually running away, the team at A, enemy team at A, so I'm decided not to chase after them and go back and try to support the middle of the map. At this point, I'm going to start using my guns again. Been fairly effective all match, and I'm going to launch torpedoes at this Montana. I stopped firing there, and now I'll fire again. Don't care that I was spotted there for that split second. What was going to shoot me? Pretty easier dodges in this closer range engagements, but I did in fact stop firing again. We land, I believe, 4 torpedoes there on the Montana for a double flood, and those are going to stick because he was lit on fire momentarily before that. So he is flooding quite nicely. I'm also going to try to add on more to him. As you can see, he has a fire on his nose. I'm going to try to add a fire onto his midsection there. We can still see the floods are ticking away. I get away without being spotted here now because I'm behind the island. And the Montana is going to die right there to our gunfire. Now the Nevsky and the other Montana have decided to push back up again. So I'm going to try to start helping this Moskva on our team who pushed up to eliminate this Nevsky. As you know, noticed on the screen now, we have tied the kills back up. It's 5-5. We control A and C. They control B and D. With this Gearing almost dead here, I'm going to snag him out of existence for my 3rd kill right there. And that puts us tied once again, because with our trade on the Gearing, we've traded another person on our team, sadly. This Nevsky is trying to push up to torpedo this Moskva. And I'm just trying to check to see if I can maybe torpedo this Montana to get another ship out of the game. I keep backing up. I didn't have shots on the Nevsky to see if I can get some shots on the Montana. I load AP here and switch back to the Nevsky to see if I can help the Moskva any way possible. But the Moskva has made up his mind. He is going to ram the Nevsky. That now leaves me all by myself in A versus a Montana. But I'm not actually going to stay in this engagement. I'm just going to put a few pot shots at him and then move away from this area. I noticed the enemy Druid is engaging our Daring. Our Daring should have won this fight easily, but he stopped shooting to launch torpedoes and dies for it. But he does get the Druid with his torpedoes, and I take a chunk of damage here from the Montana shells. It was a pretty good shot on his part for 6k off of my health. But what can you do? Now I'm no longer spotted. I'm going to go back to full speed and sail away from here. This Montana is going to do me a favor and not actually come into A behind us. And if you also notice, we are down to 3 ships on our team, Ever and his Yamato, my friendly Petro, and myself, versus 4 on the enemy team, with both the Yamatos being pretty healthy, the Montana down here being decently healthy, and a Zao that's almost dead. So I'm going to sneak into, well, sneak, they know I'm here. I'm going to get into B, launch torpedoes at the Montana. I'm going to clip him with 1 cause of flooding, but he's going to put that flooding out immediately. I thought this Petro was going to ram that Yamato. In hindsight, that would have been a better trade for him, is to just have tried to ram the Yamato. That would have significantly helped us in this situation, but now it's down to just me and Ever versus 3 battleships and a cruiser. But here, really quickly, I'm going to be able to take out the Zhao as soon as I come around this corner. I get B-capped just beforehand. But coming around this corner, I'm like, where's the Zhao? So I pop my radar. In hindsight, not needed, but hey, there's nothing else I'm going to need radar for this match. I missed my first salvo against him right between his funnel, if you notice that. But we get the kill on him, and I decide to keep shooting here against this enemy Yamato. You're going to notice this Montana has reloaded to HE for me, and he takes a decent chunk of my health. Could have used without that. Ever takes a good chunk out of that Yamato, so I'm going to keep shooting at that Yamato. I launched torps at him, but unfortunately I don't believe any of those torpedoes are going to hit. He's in a hard turn, and I did not lead those well at all. So I'm going to just keep firing HE at him. One of the teammates correctly points out that I should go for the decap and try to kill the Monty. But instead, I wasn't paying attention. I was a little busy at the time. I just keep shooting at this low health Yamato, because if I can kill him, it really would help. And actually, it would put the points differential in our favor with 2 caps to 2. The main thing I need here is a fire. A fire will guarantee the death of that Yamato. But I am playing a very risky game right now. 4 kills, 137,000 damage. We do get the fire against the Yamato. I stop shooting here for a second and shoot at the other Yamato. But I'm going to remain spotted here for a hot minute. This Yamato keeps firing AP. I guarantee if that was HE, he probably would have killed me. And this match would have been over right then. But I also am fired right then again, and the Montana was able to pick me up. So here comes 12 Montana shells. I get lucky with only 1 HE shell hitting me for 941 damage. The other Yamato fluffs his shells, and I'm going to go unspotted. And at this point, I'm like, okay, well, it's a lost game. And no, the 5th kill gets picked up along with my Witherer against the Yamato that I burnt down. So now the points are in our favor, 713 to 690, with about 3 minutes 40 to play in this match. But this is where I make my biggest goof. I decide to start running away. In hindsight here, I should still try to go for a cap. The cap behind me, not possible. That cap, the Yamato can come in and contest me pretty quick. So my best bet is to go straight south towards D, but yet I am still in the mindset that if I run away, I win. This guy, CMC Mullet, points out correctly in chat, don't run. The Montana can get on B and delay our game. And I'm wrong here in chat, so pointing that out now, I'm 100% wrong. And you can even notice it now, that I need to get to D quickly. And I quickly turn that around. Now, I speed the replay up here again. This Montana almost ate that 1 torp. And if you've noticed, I lost my my quintuple launcher and was down to my triple launcher. I lost it sometime in the engagement against the 3 battleships. And if I would have aimed that a little bit better, knowing the Montana was going to turn for B, that we might be talking about a different ending to this. Montana slips into B. The enemy team's gaining on points. I slip into D. We're still going to win on points. They're going to convert B cap before me. But as time is expiring, we got a minute left. Enemy Yamato takes a blind shot at me. Enemy team caps B. We're still 3 points ahead. I'm capping. They're a point ahead now. And I'm like, oh, it's lost. I cap. And if you notice, the points are desynchronized. We are going to come down to the last second of this match to determine which team wins by a tick of a point. Oh, who won? Well, I have good news for the enemy team. RNG said that the enemy team won this match. I have 2 screenshots here that will tell that tale. The first one, taken at 1 second, you can see my team is ahead. Well, the timer says that we are ahead on points, but we were down 1. And at 0 seconds, if we would have had 1 more second worth of tick time, my team would have won. That's such a heartbreaker. If I would have, in hindsight, looking back at it, this screenshot here of the Montana blind firing into the decap, he didn't need to do that. Granted, he was going to stay spotted by me. I'm a destroyer. He's a battleship. He has a big detection. As soon as I saw him, the second time going around B when I was in D, yes, it would have been a huge risk, but I should have tried to reset his cap. While, I would have got spotted, but I'm in a destroyer, so I should be able to maybe dodge. If I could have reset his progress on B, the outcome of that game could have changed. Because if we capped at the same time, my team was ahead on points, this game would have been different. So unfortunately for this match, it's a loss. Going over the post-game results on this heartbreaking defeat in my Småland. 153,000 damage, Kraken for 5 kills and a Witherer, 230 target hits, 6 torpedo hits, the 5 kills of course, 8 fires, 3 floods, 3 solo caps. That's just disappointing. Going to the team score, we did not finish top of the team. That might surprise some of you. It doesn't really surprise me. Our Petropavlovsk played a really good game. If you notice, he got a couple of achievements during the match. I didn't point him out during the match. I should have. So he finishes top of the team. But both me and him finished with 1,500 XP, or 1,500 base XP. It'd be interesting to see it from the Petropavlovsk perspective. I actually did message this guy after the match and apologized for the loss. I know it wasn't all my fault. Literally many times during that match, if anybody could have picked up another kill, we probably could have won that match. Props to the enemy Yamato and the enemy Petropavlovsk and that enemy Montana. The Yamato on the enemy team with 4 kills, the Petropavlovsk with 3, and the enemy Montana who correctly went to the B cap and caused his team to actually win that match. Going on to the detailed report here, a lot of our damage came from fires and floods, 21,000 from fires and 38,000 from floods, putting us just over the threshold for a Witherer at 60,000. We launched 43 torpedoes, only got 6 hits for 47,000. If I would have aimed a little bit better on those torpedoes, might have also been looking at a slightly different result with that Montana at the end. We did fire 230 shells, mostly of the HE variety. Main gun fire only did 45,000-ish damage. For team play, we only did 20,000 spotting. We really didn't do that well for spotting damage. We didn't take even 1 million potential damage, but for our team, we had 180 out of the 240 capture points and 44 out of the 178 defense points. We took a lot of damage, 23,000 damage. Not quite good enough for a Dreadnought achievement, and we also permanently lost one of our torpedo tubes, which also led to our unfortunate demise there at the end of the match. And here is the credit and XP screen. So as always, if you guys enjoyed that replay, I know you guys aren't going to be as disappointed by it as I am, the one that played it. Please leave a like or a dislike down below. Please let me know in the comments down below if you would have made the same mistakes as me, or if you would have correctly got that, or any pointers that you have for future endeavors. As always, I hope you guys have enjoyed. If so, rating would be much appreciated. I'll catch you guys most definitely on the next one. Peace out.
Shut up and sit down.